Good morning, digital neighbors. My name is Jer. I've been rebuilding a 69 Judo Light truck camper since August of 2019. She's a work in progress, but I'm pulling into the final stretches of the build. Let's have a look. I removed all of the rotten, mildew, and moldy components. Then I pulled out all of the veneer, particle board, and fiberboard. This left me with a few studs, some aluminum, and 2 appliances. Matted down insulation was replaced with foil-lined rigid foam fiberglass panels that were 1.5 inches thick. And that's where I started my fight against mold. I installed 2 vapor barriers. Structural wood was replaced with treated material. 4-ply BCX 3/8 plywood makes up the interior walls, and they were primed with mold-resistant primer. I've installed a heat pump instead of traditional gas heat to further reduce moisture in the camper. Brings us to the biggest problem in campers regarding mold, the bedroom. Mold comes from moisture, and there are 2 main sources of moisture in your bedroom, assuming you don't have any leaks. So the first source is condensation, and the second source is you. Condensation is especially bad in truck campers, which have an elevated bed platform, which is also an exterior wall. So being so high up in the camper, all the warm air rises up there, so you have a very nice, cozy bedroom area, but at the same time, only 2.5 inches away, right here, you have cold air, especially in winter, and the temperature difference on the 2 sides of this is going to create some condensation. Now, a proper vapor barrier, adequate insulation will reduce these factors, but there's still going to be some happening somewhere. It's a camper. You're not going to avoid condensation. And then the second source, us people sleeping inside our bedrooms, moisture travels through our skin into our mattress. When we breathe out, there's a lot of moisture in the air that we breathe out, and that will then settle on our mattress and get absorbed by that. So our mattress is constantly absorbing moisture. And all that moisture goes down to the bottom and gets trapped, because the surface, the top area of your mattress, can breathe throughout the day. You know, as you move your blankets around and as you get in and off your bed, it's getting a chance to air out. But because nighttime is such an opportunity for high humidity, more and more moisture gets in and it sinks down into the mattress, and goes down to the bottom of the mattress, and then it meets a wooden surface or a painted wooden surface, something that it really can't breathe on. And this moisture, unable to dry up and go away, becomes a breeding ground for mold and mildew, and it could even be some rot. Now, there are some wonderful products online you can buy, such as Hypervent. There's this really cool sleep number system with like all these different like Lego assembly parts almost, and it's pretty cool. But I'm broke, and I can't justify spending the same amount on a mattress as I would spend on some sort of, you know, spacer under my mattress. So I've come up with a neat little mod, and I'm calling it a mod, not a hack, because this is untested, unverified. I have no idea if this is going to work. I may end up with a moldy mattress, but I wanted to share it with you guys. Check it out. The goal with this mod is to create a platform underneath my mattress, allowing air to pass through so that moisture is evaporated and mold does not form. To do this, I have purchased 2 $10 reed privacy fences from Menards, 1 $10 tin of mold-proof paint. As with all projects, you learn a lot. And the first thing I learned was cutting the reed mats with a saw creates more mess than it's worth. It's much easier to cut the individual reeds with something like side cuts, and when you come to a wire, you can clip the wire with the side cuts and twist it. I'll show you guys what I mean in a video, but I made a pretty big mess with my first cut because I did use a circular saw to cut the first sheet to the right length. And because I needed to save my offcut, it was really time consuming to try to put all the individual reeds back in, and I had to tape one edge so that they would hold still while I redid the wire. Learning from my mistakes with the shorter piece, The better way of cutting these is not with a saw of any kind, but you pull a single piece out while you've got it on a flat surface, cut, twist, and this maintains the tightness of the weave by the wires. You want to twist both sides because who knows if I'll want this other side for another project. So again, cut and twist, and this prevents a bunch of things, a bunch of reeds just falling out and going all over the place. So the mats have been painted and they're dry to the touch. The paint is still curing, and I'll want the reeds to dry out for several days before I would actually put this to use, but there's no rush there since I don't even have a mattress yet. So I still need to order that, get some money and order a new mattress for my truck camper. Really excited about it. But I would say this is a success. The reeds definitely provide the lift up off the floor, even with my weight on it and my body contouring into the gaps between the top layer. Because they're set at 90 degrees to the bottom layer, still have lots of airflow. I can actually feel the wind rushing underneath me. It's a slightly windy day today, so that's nice. I think this is a win, at least on a concept level. I still have some significant concerns about whether this project will actually succeed in terms of will the paint stay on the reeds, because you can't really sand and prep each individual reed. I don't know how well the paint will actually stay on. Another concern is if I even got enough paint on it to begin with, because I went for spraying the paint on instead of brushing it on, so it's possible I've got too thin of a layer of paint. Another option is that the reeds could wick moisture from the ends and start molding and mildewing on the inside of each reed. So I can't call it a hack because it's not really successful. It's not really something you guaranteed to improve your life, but it's definitely a mod, and it's definitely a fun experiment that I'm excited to see how it goes. Thanks for watching this video, and I don't plan on doing a whole lot of these, but see you next time when I do another one.